Cowboys at the Patriots this week. So before we dive into the latest Cowboys news and rumors, I want everybody watching to go into the comment section and predict the score for me. Who do you guys have this week? Let me know, and we'll dive into those news and rumors coming up right now. Today's show, we're going to do some rumors here. Dak Prescott versus Tom Brady. Is Dak better right now? This might sound a little bit weird, but yeah, 4 stars. Crazy, right? Dak has outplayed Tom Brady. I'm not talking about for their careers. Don't get me wrong there. But Dak's been better this year. Nick Wright is right. Dak's been a top 5 quarterback. He's played at an MVP level. Tom Brady might be Tom Brady. He hasn't played at that level so far this year. It's a little unorthodox. It sounds kind of weird coming out of my own voice, but it's the truth. Dak's balled out this year. Brady hasn't really made the same type of plays we've seen him make before, and the numbers back this up. Completion percentage favors Dak Prescott. Yards per attempt by a full 2. That's a massive difference. Favors Dak Prescott. Touchdowns, interceptions, Prescott. Average depth of target, basically how far downfield are you throwing the football? Dak Prescott. The expected completion percentage versus the expectation. Is it positive? Is it negative? Are you more accurate than other quarterbacks would be on the same throw? Dak's been top 5. Tom Brady actually been below average this year. So who would you rather have? Type P for Prescott, B for Brady. I think it's pretty straightforward. It has to be P, which is weird for me to say out loud, but Prescott undoubtedly has been the better quarterback so far this year. Dak's balled out. I know he's Tom Brady, but I see a lot of P's. Stephanie, Winston, Nick, Fez, Donovan, Meticulous. We have a clean sweep here. Everyone's typing in Prescott. You're all right. Nicely done. All right, next up, was it a mistake to pay Ezekiel Elliott? Curious how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments, yes or no. I'm going to go 2 stars. I think it is a fair discussion. I think it's too early to make a decision one way or the other. Now, Jason, I am overweight and hate the Cowboys, Whitlock, says the Cowboys made a mistake. And he loves to rip on the Cowboys, which is just, he's a clown. It is what it is. And he also claims that Jerry showing support for Zeke means Jerry knows he messed up. I don't really get the correlation there. Not sure how we got from point A to point B, but it is a discussion worth having. Zeke has not been the same guy. There's some stuff off with him right now. It's concerning, especially because of how much the Cowboys just paid him. 194 carries. He's still going to have 1,000 yards this year. But the problem is, Elliott's big plays, they're not there. The explosive plays are no longer there. He's not making guys miss. He's not breaking tackles anymore. He's getting the max before he gets hit, but then once he gets hit, all of a sudden, it's just kind of the same. And you can compare the 2 players, and remember, efficiency almost always drops with more volume. So keep that in mind for Tony Pollard. But what gives me concern is that Tony Pollard is averaging about a full yard after contact compared to Zeke Elliott. Meanwhile, Zeke's only broken 6 tackles. I see the people claiming the teams are stacking the box against Zeke. I mean, they certainly give him more respect than they do, say, Tony Pollard, at least in terms of handoffs, and the way they've used Pollard has been more open in space. But I think there are some scheme and offensive line issues, but the Cowboys really haven't faced that many stacked boxes. Now, as I've mentioned before, stacked boxes are far more correlated to your personnel on the field, and teams have been rolling down a safety pretty frequently, but it is reasonable, if not mandated, to have some concerns about Zeke Elliott. So how worried are you guys? Grade this for me on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, you're not worried at all, you think it's all a media myth. 10 being you are freaking out and you want to trade him right now. Now, the answer, of course, is neither of those. I see 8, 3, 10, 6, 5. from Sebastian, a 6 from Winston, 6 from Donovan. I think 5 or 6 seems fair because it is an understandable concern because Zeke has not been the same guy, and hopefully that changes down the stretch this season. Now, if it's your first time watching the show, welcome. We do a lot of fun stuff here. You guys should be subscribed. You might be confused by the star stuff, right? 0 stars means it's fake news. It's also the number of playoff games Carson Wentz has played in. That might not change this year. 1 star, a small shred of truth. 2 stars means people are talking. 3 stars means it's pretty likely. And 4 stars has been Zeke eaten. So, do we need to change that? Is it time to change the 4 stars? We've changed 0 and 4 before. It used to be the fights Odell Beckham won against the net. That was 0. The original 4 was Dez caught it, then he got cut. So, is it time to change 4 stars? Type Y for yes, N for no. Show's not just about me. I want to hear you guys too. I see mostly N's coming in. We'll keep watching it, but we might have to make a change at some point if that's what you guys end up wanting to do. All right, the next up. Are the Cowboys hurting Zeke to prop up Dak? Wait, what? Yeah, fake news on this one. Don't really get what LaDainian Tomlinson's trying to say here. Here's his quote. Anytime you have a young QB, a young coordinator, you're going to want to try to uplift that quarterback to be in the MVP race, right? Wait, what? I don't think I'm misreading what LT's trying to say here. He's saying that because you have a young quarterback, you are therefore throwing the football more to make him an MVP candidate? That doesn't make any sense at all. That's a pretty crazy explanation. I know he's a running back, so he's apologizing for another one of his kind there. He's being an RB defender. But LT has totally flipped the cause and effect. The Cowboys are not using Zeke less to make Dak better. They're using Zeke less because Dak has been better and because Zeke has not been the same guy. Dak is in the MVP race despite Zeke, not to spite him. I'm very confused by the argument Tomlinson presented here. I don't get it. That's so weird to me that you're somehow saying you're saying Zeke isn't being used because they're trying to make Dak look better? What? Dak looks better because he's balled out this year. He's been absolutely incredible. He's been a top 5 quarterback this year. National media has finally caught back up when I've said weeks ago, hey, the Cowboys, they have an MVP caliber quarterback right now. The whole thing was very, very strange to me. Now we'll come back with some more Patriots-Cowboys discussion, and to help me do that, I got a special guest for you. You're watching the Cowboys Report. Once again, back is Mick from Kashiyama. Mick, thank you again for stopping by. We're going to dive into the NFC's previews, but once again, you want to shout out Blake, the winner of that free Kashiyama suit. Check your email, Blake. I know you're watching right now. Maybe after the show ends, but you got an email from Mick to get that fitting set up. All right, on to the NFC East matchups. Giants at the Bears. These teams aren't very good, Mick.
Yeah, I definitely think that Chicago has a little bit of an advantage, obviously, at home. And then with New York's rookie coming in off the bye, I just can't see that happening for them. So I'm going 30-14 Bears.
You kind of got the Bears in a blowout in this one. Maybe they'll get going on offense, which hasn't been very good for them.
Wishful thinking.
Season. All right, moving on now to our next NFC East matchup. The Lions, fresh off a loss against the Cowboys, against the hapless Redskins.
Mess. I think that the Lions are definitely going to cover the spread in this one, and I think that the Redskins might just want to take a nap and wait for this season to pass at this point.
You got the Lions 24-20 in that one. Now the one that really matters for Cowboys fans. It is the Seattle Seahawks at the Philadelphia Eagles. Reminder, everybody, we are all Seahawks fans this weekend.
Absolutely. I mean, Seattle might be coming pretty far east here and off the bye, so they will be well rested to cover the running game. I just can't see Philly being able to catch up here, so 24-20 Seahawks.
You've got the Seahawks pulling the upset there. The Eagles are favored this weekend, but hopefully you are correct because you were right last week, Patriots Eagles, so hopefully that continues. Now we'll get into the Cowboys matchup here, but first, Mick, why don't you tell us about Kashiyama's new modern tailor suit line?
Absolutely. We are so excited to have introduced that here in the U.S. So it is going to be a little bit more form than formal. This is for the clients that want something that looks very put together, but you can toss in the washer, travel with it. It's got nice zipper pockets. If you like to be an urban commuter, nice and airy, breathable, no lining, and it is included in our big Black Friday sale.
Being able to wash it is a pretty big deal for me because I'm kind of lazy and I don't want to take the entire hassle to get it dry cleaned and everything. Just throw it in the wash now.
Exactly. Throw it in the wash, and the little bag that comes with it you can use as the laundry bag, toss it in, you're good to go.
And you kind of mentioned that Black Friday sale. Why don't you tell us more about that the first time Kashiyama's doing this?
First time Kashiyama is offering this. So we are offering 20% off of absolutely everything now through the end of this month.
Okay.
And that includes the new Modern Tailor line. Includes all fabrics, upgrades, separates, and more. So now is definitely your time to stock up.
All right, so if you guys want to get in on that deal while you still can, text Mick 214-448-9037. We'll get that number for you guys in the comments here as well, but it's 214-448-9037. Let's move on now to the Cowboys at the Patriots. The Cowboys, for the first time this year, are actually the underdogs going on the road against the Patriots.
I mean, I'm not just saying this because I'm on the Cowboys report, even though I've been threatened,
Okay.
but I definitely
really a threat.
think, well, you know.
There was
how
no
you
quid
interpret
pro
it.
quo here.
Quo
There was
here.
none of that.
None of that. But I do really think that the Cowboys were honestly made to beat the Pats
All right,
here.
let's go.
I mean, the physical strength of the Cowboys, I think they are going to be too fast and aggressive right from the start, and New England's not going to be able to keep up.
All right, you guys see Mick's score prediction up on there, 27-24 Cowboys. Get yours going in the comments section as well. All right, Cowboys-Patriots then. That's their next rumor here. I'll give this one 2 stars. The Cowboys are the underdog, as I mentioned, for the first time this season. Now, the Patriots' defense undoubtedly is among the NFL's best, but maybe, just maybe, as I speak positive thoughts into existence, this could be the 2019 version of last year's game against the Saints, the game the Cowboys probably aren't supposed to win, and they find a way to win anyway. Now, I expect a couple of things out of this matchup. When the Cowboys are on offense, I think you're going to see the Patriots bust out the defense they had against the Rams, which was almost have 2 different play calls in. One pre-snap, one almost post-snap. And you set it up where you disguise your coverage last second and you try to confuse Dak Prescott. Typically, that works pretty damn well against quarterbacks. So I think you'll see a lot of confusing fronts. Try to disguise what you're in. Maybe get the Cowboys to audible into a different play and kind of trap them using misdirection and deception. Now on offense, I think the Cowboys are going to try to run the football. Or the Patriots are going to try to run the Patriots are going to run the football. Their receiving core, it's banged up right now. We'll see if they end up having Philip Dorsett. N'Keal Harry's been banged up a lot this year. A lot of injuries there. Meanwhile, no tight ends of note on that team. Ben Watson's pretty much washed up at this point. But the Patriots have used 2 running back formations, be it 2 backs or even a fullback in there, at a rate that's about as high as any team in the NFL. So I think you see a lot of fullback looks, 2-back looks, designed to run the football against a run defense that isn't actually that good. So everyone in the comments, all 300 plus of you, predict the score of this one. The Cowboys at the Patriots. Let me know what you're thinking. Now for my pick. This year, I have not picked against the Cowboys. Crazy, right? I picked against them a lot last year. But they've been favored in every single game, and frankly, they're not that far away from having a bunch of more wins. So why break up a good thing? I'm going to go with the Cowboys again. I don't feel super confident. This is by far the least confident I've felt all year. Give me the Cowboys in an upset 21-20. It is going to be a low-scoring game, I think. You absolutely have to, by the way, not start slowly. You cannot fall behind big and let the Patriots pass rush tee off on you. That will result in disaster. So keep those comments coming, John and Angel and Sebastian and Cedric. I appreciate it very much. Still with more Patriots talk. Here about Bill Belichick and the Cowboys. Wait, what? 1 star. Allow me to explain. 1 star. Maybe you heard it, maybe you haven't. Jerry Jones recently told the story of how Bill Belichick came up to him at one point. This is, of course, after he was fired by the Browns. Keep that in mind. So it's 1996. The Cowboys are fresh off a Super Bowl title with Barry Switzer at the helm. And he says, "Hey, Jerry, if a job ever comes open, keep me in mind." Oh, what could have been, you know? Now, the timing never really worked out. And Belichick, for some, I'm sure, kept the door open when he said the donuts have been great to him. I think that was more of a platitude. But here was Belichick's story. Now, Belichick, he didn't quite remember it the way Jerry did, also said Jerry has a better memory than him. I actually don't know if that's true. Belichick's kind of a genius. Now, he was out there in Colorado at literally a ski resort is what they were doing. Belichick's out there with his family. Jerry's out there. He had Super Bowl wins and tells a story about how, they met and said, "Hey, keep me in mind if you ever have a job open." Interesting. Oh, what could have been, of course, right? This happened in 1996. Belichick goes on to the Patriots. They win a Super Bowl. He eventually takes over for the Patriots once Parcells leaves and after a brief liaison with the Jets. The Cowboys, of course, moved on from Barry Switzer to hire Chan Gailey and Dave Campo instead. Oops. That turned out not so well. So what would you do? Because let's have some fun here. What would you do to get Belichick as the Cowboys head coach? Let me know in the comments. You guys have often asked me to shave my head. If it got the Cowboys Bill Belichick, I'd gladly shave my head. Now, it's not going to happen, but it's a fun idea, right? So let me know in the comments what you would do. I'm sure we'll have some fun ideas out there, but in the end, I'm sorry, it's just not going to go down. Now, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. It's chatsports.com/bet. Use that the promo code Cowboys120. All right, finally, does Tom Brady hate the Cowboys? 4 stars on this one. This one is a fact. Now, Brady said it in a lighthearted tone, but he wasn't lying here. Tom Brady absolutely hates the Dallas Cowboys. That is something he has said before, and it's not exactly the newest story out there. But Brady, he's not a fan. Now, it stems, of course, from Brady's growing up a 49ers fan. Now, he's from the Bay Area originally, and he jokingly was making comments about how, I would watch as a Niners fan, watch the Cowboys win with Deion Sanders and Emmitt Smith, and they just run the ball for 5-6 yards a carry. It drove him insane. Brady's had his revenge in the NFL, of course. He's never lost to the Dallas Cowboys. Hopefully, that changes this week. But in his career, Brady's always won. 12-0 in 2003, 48-27 in 2007, 2011, 2016, 2015, 30-6, and in what is likely the last matchup between Brady and the Cowboys, at least when he's with the Patriots, Brady looking to make it a perfect 5-0. Hopefully that changes this week. We'll see, but Brady has absolutely owned the Cowboys as he's owned many, many NFL teams in his long, successful time with the New England Patriots. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.